guys, it's your girl LAKSHMEE Singh from the Let's Talk with LAKSHMEE TV show, and I am super excited because, guys, we have here right on set, all the way from Guyana. He is Guyana's most famous TV personality, radio personality. He is the founder of Team MMR, and he is also a race car driver. And when you see him, you're gonna get an adrenaline rush just like me. Guys, let's welcome on set Mr. Reaz WR Reaz, all the way from Guyana. Reaz, thanks for coming on set today. How are you?
Well, I'm quite good. Very long description. I hope that I could wear all those caps as it is in terms of what I'm doing in Guyana. But I'm excited to be on the Let's Talk LAKSHMEE show. It's I've seen it online. I've seen the growth and the fan base and the quality and style. So I am definitely honored. Not sitting in your side of the cameras or the chair, and to be interviewed as it is. Happy to be here on your set live as it is.
Well, we are very excited to have you here. I mean, I would even consider you team, right? Because you are part of NTN. I'm part of NTN back home in Guyana as well.
Correct.
So now you're in my hot seat.
Exactly.
I know you're used to having everybody in your hot seat.
I had you in that seat as well sometime in the past, so it's different, but it's nice.
Yes,
it's
and
nice
thank
feeling.
you so much for all of the support always. Well, you know, Reaz, you are like Mr. Popular back home in Guyana and here too. I mean, I've got to mention Reaz is actually here for the very first time in New York City to MC the Save Abi Foundation show.
It was great, actually. It was a it was a different experience. But when you're accustomed to crowd and accustomed to being on stage, it's like, you know, another event. But the Save Abi Foundation event is close to your heart because it gives back to society, it gives back to Guyana, it gives back to children. Right. So you soften a little bit more of what you're doing, that, you know, your little bit and piece adds to joy and smiles on someone else's face, which is good at the end of the day.
So, you know, Reaz, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you, and one thing that always, you know, puts you, you know, it makes you stand out from the rest. You know, I mean, we have lots of talented MCs and TV personalities and radio personalities, and I see you're busy there. I mean, like, we're always so busy no matter where we are.
I know, right?
But, you know, anytime I think about Reaz, I think about this very sexy, suave voice that, you know, stands out. If you hear you on the radio, if you hear you, you know, on television, you're not looking, you're in the kitchen, you're doing something, you know it's your voice. Where did you get this great voice? Was there training involved?
Well, I will say there was a little bit of training as it is, but I think it's something that I've developed as an art and through all my studies, from university to studies as it is. But I think I'll give a lot of credit to that to my dad. He's one of the most eloquent speaker in my view, in my books at the end of the day. And he will take the credits to it. And what I've learned to do over the time is reading is key to everything. And if you could enunciate and pronunciate and tone your voice in different dialect, it'll make it distinct. And I've worked on that as a child, probably growing up, not only by getting into TV. I guess it's something that stems in me for a long time because my grandfather was a radio broadcaster. Okay. My father was into radio and into public relations. So I guess it's from one generation to another to another. So I guess it's some genes that is embedded into me. I would say it's in the blood. It's in the blood.
It's in the blood.
I'll say so too.
So Reaz, I mean, I know you're here. You know, you did the Save Abi Foundation show. But other than that, I mean, you have been selected from Guyana, was it like 3 years in a row to go to Trinidad to host the biggest chutney show in the world?
It is. I'll be honest with you, if I could raise you'll see my pores are raising literally, all right? You know why it's actually raising? It means that we've done something good. Yeah. You know, not giving yourself no self-praise because I don't believe in that at the end of the day. But I think coming from Guyana and to go to Southex Productions for the Chutney Soca Monarch, to have a recognition and a voice Guyana, that is what gives me pride at the end of the day. Now, I could go anywhere in the world, but my country, despite challenges in any other country or countries around the world, Guyana will always be my home. And I will passionately represent Guyana. So going to Chutney Soca Monarch to MC, to do the backstage cameras, to do whichever part of it, it was one of the most humble but yet excited feeling. And 2017, it'll be that feeling all over again too. As I go to Chutney Soca Monarch, it'll be that exciting feeling.
Now, I know there was a lot of excitement around the world when Guyana was asked to participate in the Chutney Soca Monarch. And, you know, it's one thing being there as a singer, but when, I'm assuming it's George Singh must have contacted
Correct.
you.
Correct.
When George contacted you and said, Reaz, we want you to come and, you know, represent Guyana and be a host. How did you feel?
Oh, it was a really, it's like, you know, one of the top 10 things in terms of my years of career, and it spans a very long time. It's closely approaching 2 decades, just about 18 years, I think, at the end of this year, there's about. It's in that list of top 10. The reason being is that you feel a sense of joy and pride that your work that you've put in, it's been recognized by international bodies, and the Chutney Soca Monarch is dubbed as an international body because it has opened avenues for lots of young singers and lots of young artists. It has give a reassuring of the, I don't want to use the word old, the more matured singers that, you know, hey, we are there. To be sharing stage with the likes of Ki and Raymond Ramnarayan and Terry Gadraj. In the past, Fiona Singh was there, and that list goes on. Rick Ramatar, that list is huge. Nishad M, you know, it's big, and these are the guys that is vibrant in the industry, and you have that opportunity not in Guyana, but to go to Trinidad on that world stage. It gives you a good feeling altogether. It makes you think, you know what, your 2 cents that you were doing in Guyana, it kind of pays off.
Well, it's more than 2 cents because, I mean, we know that you've been on like every channel. You've been NTN, NCN, MTV. I mean, and these are all different types of channels, right?
Yes,
you've got government, you've got entertainment, you've got family channels. How do you juggle? I mean, is there a way that you have to speak when you're on, let's say, government programming compared to entertainment programming?
I don't say, because they all stems around entertainment at the end of the day. We coined the word as edu-entertainment for a very long time at my organization at Galaxy 21 Communications. And edu, entertainment, it comes hand in hand. So although we might be doing entertainment, music, you need to just listen to us. They're always something educational. You will learn something, or you'll be advised on something. Whether we take 1 minute and talk on suicide today, or 1 minute and talk about the importance of not drinking and driving, or use your seatbelt, it adds to that. So I think it's something that I've adopted by going to different network. I just go with me, myself. Present me, WR Reaz, to the friends, fans, and they would follow you around the different networks and around the world. So it's not a matter of a change, because the programs are not politically oriented. So if you're to go political, then you might have one view on that end, another view on that end. From the inception of my career, I've never got into politics. I am very ardent supporter of politics global. Whether it's happening in the US, whether it's happening in Guyana, whether it's happening in the Middle East, I'm focused. I want to know what's happening in the world. So, but more so entertainment. I don't think I change in terms of switching to different networks or so.
Okay. Now, Reaz, you have emceed so many programs, now internationally. Would you say that there's a favorite?
That will be a difficult one, but it'll be difficult. But I'll probably think maybe between Carifesta, Clash of the Titans, and the Chutney Soca Monarch. It's hard for me to narrow it down. And then there was Marshall. I mean, walking out on stage and bringing on Marshall Montano on stage in Guyana with 25,000 people, that's another big thing too. So it might be hard for me to narrow that down to a number one show that I could recall. I could recall every single one of the shows that I've did. Right? From when I first started, probably you had 25 people. And I was thinking, you know what, I'm not up for this. But when you wait later years and you see 25,000 people in front of you, like, wow, that's just phenomenal.
I want to mention the numbers because when we talk about shows in the Caribbean, we're talking about 25,000 people, 50,000 people. You know, in New York City, we don't really have those big shows. Maybe maybe 2,500.
I've experienced it at Chutney Club.
Yeah, you experienced what we have, like maybe 2,500 people over there. Yeah, that's about it. But Guyana, we're talking about 25,000 people, 50,000 people. What is the biggest show, the amount of people that you emceed?
That one I could answer easy as it is. It was Carifesta, the last time Guyana hosted Carifesta. it was every night it was a different concert. So they had like a soca night or a chutney night. They had a chutney soca night actually. There was a reggae night, there was a gospel night, there was an Islamic night, there was a Hindu night altogether. And I did the chutney soca night, and that by itself was over 20,000, over 25, close to 30,000, because we used the National Stadium. In the stadium, so on the ground by itself, you had about 20,000 standing, and between the stands, you had a scattered over 5,000-6,000 comfortable. So it was a close knit, somewhere between 28,000 from the count that we heard. So I would think that that will stand out as it is, and the very first Clash of the Titans that surpassed about 25,000. So between those two shows, that'll be the biggest show that I've ever heard MC, and it's. I don't see the crowd as a challenge though. I see it more as more energy probably you get as you see people excited to listen, to just have a great time. It gives you that energy to do something different.
So you get a rush off of the
Yeah,
people.
and I like doing things different. If you
Give me
if
five
you have to
because
follow
I do too.
That's what you do. I like that. I like that.
I do
I like
too.
that. I like
well,
that.
Reaz, we are learning so much about you. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out just a little bit more about WR Reaz.
2 months ago, after my mother's hospitalization, the doctors wanted to put her in hospice. And I'm like, they deemed her terminal. And I saw Mr. Thakur, I think the founder, on TV, and he was advertising this Indian community in Kings Harbor. It's a great Indian community where my mother feels at home, and she expresses her happiness to me whenever I come.
I know when I come, I feel happy. I stay couple and I see everybody, and I'm so happy.
I brought my mother here like a month and a half ago, and I haven't regretted my decision. It's one of the best decisions I've made for my mother. It's a home away from home.
Planning a vacation? Contact TravelSpan for the best service and deals to Guyana, Trinidad, the Caribbean, and anywhere in the world. Ask about our special Caribbean packages, our cruise packages, and our escorted tours to Dubai and India. Contact TravelSpan now at 718-845-0437 or book online at travelspan.com. TravelSpan, a finer quality in travel. Guys, welcome back on set, and we are here with radio personality, TV personality, and the list goes on and on. None other than Mr. Reaz, all the way from Guyana. Now, Reaz, we were talking a little bit about your media world. Let's talk a little bit about that adrenaline in you, that rush. We all know that you are a very popular, a very famous race car driver back home. Tell me, what drives you?
In terms of motor racing, I think it started a very long time ago. It started way back maybe when I was 5 or 6. Was growing up as a child, and you always think about a fast car. And when I go to work, or when I work, I'll buy a fast car, and I want to be a race car driver. Growing up at about 5, 6, a week of every Sunday morning, like if you're going to church on a Sunday morning to look at Formula One, which is the highest level of motor racing in the world. And the number one name, you'll hear names like Damon Hill and Ayrton Senna, but Michael Schumacher with a red Ferrari just stands in my head as it is. I do hope that Michael probably recover very soon from his coma that he's in. But I think Michael Schumacher has been, still today, as my race car mentor or a person that I look up to. And getting into that adrenaline rush, it started when I was probably 5. Your first thing you want for Christmas, it's a race car. And I guess that makes me got into an actual car and race on the racetrack.
So when did you actually start car racing?
Actually, well, I hope the drag racing we've been doing, I hope my mom don't hear this. And then she said, oh, you was drag racing before racing. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Officially, probably about 5, this is going to be 6 years actually.
Okay.
Officially, like get into the club, start doing circuit race, unofficial. Like I said, you probably do drag race unofficially as it is. But 6 years, getting this, just by the end of this year is going to be wrapping into 6 years, there's about. It started then, and the passion that I have for it then, it still remains today. A huge passion for motor racing.
So tell me about your car.
All right.
Well, first of all, what's your number?
my number is 397.
Okay.
How I got the number, I don't know. I really don't. Actually, how I got it, I wanted 97. If you take your phone and you look at it on the phone, you're 9. You do it with me, we'll see. We put up a 9 and you get W will be 9 and R will be 7.
Oh, there we go.
Good.
So where'd the 3 come from?
Well, good. So I wanted 97. That's what I wanted, right? Someone else was riding. A rider rides with 97, and I didn't get the 97. How did the 3 come through? I was talking to the president at that time on the phone to select my number. When the conversation ended, we were at 397. How we reached here, I don't know.
And this is just how famous Reaz is. He could just be like, I was talking to the president. We were talking about my car. You know, no big deal. No big deal at all, you know. It's like, I'm going to pick up the phone and talk to Obama right now. You got it like that, Reaz.
Yeah, she said it'd be up an hour now.
So tell me, what is the scariest thing about being a race car driver?
The scariest thing for any race car driver, and I'll probably share mine, it's not winning or crashing. And I had my shares of not winning, and I had my shares of mishaps and slides off the track. But my one experience probably is exiting or running down a straight line for like about maybe 300, maybe 280 miles per hour down the straight line and slide in the turn, and you almost reach to the fence. That'll probably go down as one of the scariest moments for now.
So,
they said you might turn over sometime, but we'll wait and see what happens.
So let me ask you, you've gotten into accidents, right? You're risking your life, okay? You could have died.
Yeah, could not be here today probably.
Why do you keep on doing this, Reaz?
I like living life on the edge. I literally like living life on the edge. I like doing it. You need to be passionate about something, and you will stay there as long as it takes. You will find the resources as long as it takes, and as long as that passion and that fire is still burning in you, you will do whatever it takes to get whatever you like as a hobby to be done. And I guess that's why motor racing is still the biggest passion at the end of the day. I speak so passionate about motor racing more than any other thing because it's something that I like doing. I wake up in the morning and I peeped out of my window and look at my race cars there. It's like, okay, cool.
So I know you said a few days ago you were here actually looking at some cars. Did you find anything interesting?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I find all the speed shops that is close by in Queens. So I'm looking. I find some good spots that we get performance parts, looking into cars. Yeah, we do.
Okay. So tell me, what's the most challenging thing associated with you being a race car driver?
Well, the most challenging thing as a race car driver at the end of the day is to get your car working and have a relationship with fellow racers. Because at the end of the day, it's so competitive, but you still need to have a relationship and respect each other for what you're actually doing. Because if you and I want to kill one another, we could do that literally on the track and then put others in danger. So you don't want to go out in motor racing at that level of hostile environment. Though it's competitive, you need to respect each other. But the most challenging thing is to get the car on race morning up, running on all its cylinders and 100%. And that remains a challenge because 90% of us will say, win, lose, draw, or crashed out, we never get the car running the way we wanted it to get it run.
Now, is this really a popular sport in Guyana?
I'll say yes. I'll probably rank it as number 3, in the sense of cricket being number 1,
Of course.
football being number 2.
Football?
Yeah, not American football. Soccer, you
Soccer,
call it.
okay.
Soccer, my friends in the US.
That's what I want to ask you.
Soccer,
Okay.
soccer, right? Soccer being number 2, and it'll probably go down between, well, others will debate now. That's number 1 and 2 for sure. Others will debate, but motor racing, I'll take it in as the 3rd most supported sport. But comes November race meet, the international meet in Guyana, you're talking over 20,000 people at South Dakota Circuit. So that's like more capacity than the Guyana National Stadium when there's a cricket match. Wow. So with that, it have its rankings following altogether.
Now, have you ever driven outside of Guyana?
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Yeah, I'm looking at touring in 2017. The reason being is that I'm racing right now 2 cars. And the roles have been changing in and out of the Caribbean and through GMRNSC. And with role changes, it means that you're spending, so we quote it in US, 25,000 US on a car, on a meet, and then the next race meet, the roles change. You just spent $25,000. I need to go spend another 25. So between that now, it's like I'm fluctuating. Do I tour with that one or do I tour with this one? Now Honda seems to be the Caribbean craze right now. So I've secured a Honda, which I've tested that Honda. So more than likely, we probably will go with a Honda in 2017 on a Caribbean tour, because you drive Trinidad, you drive Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana as your final leg in that competition.
Wow. So tell me about prizes with the race car driving. Is there a lot of money involved in this?
Yeah, a lot.
How much are you winning?
A lot. A $30 US trophy.
Really? Why is that?
It's not.
It's not like how it is over here.
No, it's not. It's not about the money. Well, we wish if we could get the earnings, you know. I mean, we're spending money on Q16 and Hoosiers, tires, and all these parts that we're spending on. But in Guyana and the Caribbean as it is, we have zero but a trophy and probably bragging rights. And I guess every single driver do it for
I was about to say, so why? Why?
the passion for motor racing, the love for driving a fast car legally at a track, because it's illegal to race on any roadways. Note my word, any roadways, whether it's Guyana, whether it's Trinidad, whether it's the US, it's illegal to go down and jump that speed limit any country in the world. You could go as fast as you want on a racetrack.
What's the fastest you've gone?
Well, the cars that we built, it's probably between about 400, 375, 400 horsepower, because there are different groups that we have in cars. To actually give you an exact speed, because the way how the track situates, it's hard to tell you. Probably run down a straight which is a little bit over a quarter mile at about maybe 280, yeah, maybe a 280 probably. There's about, yeah, something about that. You probably get like about 8, this is probably how you'll probably judge it. You can do a quarter mile in probably about 8 seconds. Yeah, a quarter mile in about 8 seconds. You pushed out about 400, 425 horsepower probably.
Is it scary at all?
It'll be scary if you come in my car.
I wouldn't be scared.
Whoa, all right. So
when I come back home, I'm probably coming for the Save Bobby toy drive for the kids, the orphanage in
That's a
December.
perfect time, because the car race is in November, so it will be in race mode. I'll take you to the track and put in an extra seat and put you. It's not scary. It's not scary when you like doing it.
Right.
It's like you like doing what you do. You interview me, you interview so many other persons. You like doing what you do.
I do.
Right? And it doesn't make it scary. Because you like doing, it's not scary. It's not scary.
Well, Reaz, you have a need for speed. You obviously love the adrenaline rush. So I'm going to ask you, is there a lady that makes your heart race as well?
Yeah, there are many ladies probably. like you know.
Of course.
I'll back you up with this. There's mommy, make sure everything's
Besides
good.
mommy, sorry.
Oh, we didn't count in mommy in this one. Maybe not. Relationships are always a challenge. And relationships are a challenge for personalities like probably myself. In the sense that you have to have someone that could understand what you do and understand when you go to an event, you're taking about 100 pictures with
100 women.
100 different women that ask you for your number to say hi. And you need to understand that. That partner needs to understand that at the end of the day. And if she can't, then she and Reaz and any other one who's in a rush of entertainment, it's a challenge. It's difficult.
Okay. So right now there are several
It's
challenges
difficult.
in your life. Okay. We'll leave it as that.
As that.
All right. So Reaz, what advice would you give a youngster who wants to become a race car driver?
Seriously, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
So then why are you doing it?
Don't even think about it. You'll spend your dad's money out and you'll waste it in a car, as it is. But that is for real. That is like for real. But if you have a passion and a dream for something, then by all means, go after that dream. If you think you're passionate enough to sit in a car and flies down a quarter mile, 180, 300 miles per hour, and you could do that, and it'll pump the blood fast in you, and it'll just make you want to do it every single time, then by all means go ahead and just live for the excitement, live for the joys of the sport, and live for the spending on a race car. Because you break a race car tonight and you're racing tomorrow, and if you don't find, first you need to find a part in one night or 12 hours, and you need to find about $5,000–6,000 probably in one night.
But you have sponsors, I'm sure.
But I'm fortunate for that.
Fortunate. Okay.
I'm fortunate for that.
Sounds like you guys have the same challenges we have here. You have back
Yep.
home as well.
Yep, we do. We do. I'm fortunate for that. I'm hoping maybe some international clients will come on board probably too.
Okay, hint, hints. So, Reaz, now someone wanting to go into the media world, radio or TV, what advice would you give them?
Oh, I'll give them the best of advice to that. I'll give you the best of advice. It's a beautiful world as it is. What you need to understand by getting into that, your skin needs to be thick, more than the jacket probably that I have on. You need to understand and learn how to cope with negative persons, because popularity brings negativity and positiveness, and don't ever makes popularity gets to your head. The minute you think you're bigger than what you're doing, you will crumble like a cookie crumbles. So just stay focused, read a lot, know what's happening globally. Don't just know what's happening in Guyana or the US or Trinidad or Barbados. Know what's happening globally, know what's happening around the world, politics, entertainment. Read. And education is the key to getting into the media, getting into radio or television. Education is the key. You have that passion, pursue it. It's a challenge. It will be a challenge. Sponsorship is a challenge. Having friends is a challenge in that industry, because the industry comes today, there are many persons that don't know me personally, but they don't like me. Why they don't like me? So they don't like me because
you have a sexy voice, no? Just kidding.
They don't like me because I wear shades on television. All right? They don't like me because I saw some post with a guy some day ago. I don't know where he's from. I tried to check the account. It was a fake account. They said that he overdressed for his television programs.
You have to look good.
I was like, wow. And a guy is saying this. Well, the alleged account. But those are things that, I only bring that up because it was like about a week or two ago in Guyana. But these are things that if you're soft-skinned, then you can't get into media.
No.
You can't, when someone is going to tell you, well, hey, LAKSHMEE, you're not doing a good job. Reaz, you talk too much, and I think your hair doesn't look good, or something of that sort. And you make that something that affects you, you will be broken right there, and you will stay right down. So have a thick skin, read, have an open mind to learn every day. Learn every day. I learn every single day. I learn from a 5-year-old. I listen to a 5-year-old even. I listen to a 55-year-old even. I learn and I listen to persons in my field that I have relationships with, because I think it's the only way to go forward. You have to have a mind for criticism.
Of course.
You can never tell. I've never tell anyone I'm the best at what I do. I do the best of my ability. And that's what you need to do as a young, if you want to get into journalism, you want to get into radio, or you want to do what LAKSHMEE does. Take my little advice probably.
Awesome advice. I mean, Reaz, they say whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, it's always good
Yeah,
publicity.
you know how to swing it.
It's publicity.
Yeah, you know how to swing it, and you'll probably get by with it.
And the most successful people say the way they became successful is reading.
Oh yeah. I will tell anyone that. Continue doing it. You will.
So Reaz, thank you so much for coming on set. I know you
Thank
have
you.
so much to do, and we thank you for making this quick stop at Let's Talk with LAKSHMEE.
Appreciate that offer.
And I will see you in Guyana in a few months.
Guyana in a few months. Well, hey everyone, thank you, and thank you for that opportunity to being on set. It's a great feeling altogether too, for not being in your side of the chair, and I'm on
The
this
hot
side
seat.
by answering all the hot questions as it is. Thank you, LAKSHMEE.
Thank you so much.
Guyana, oh, Guyana.
I know this school is a place set up in the community to help children to further their education, to achieve a goal, a computer solved. I want to thank God for the scholarship for Rebecca Jerram, sponsored by the school. And the owner, I just want to thank God for them that can continue to do the good work as they are doing in this community.
I want to say a special thanks to Save Happy Computer School because my daughter goes into school. She do a computer course here, and she went for an interview at the Regional Democratic Council for a job with 49 persons for 2 spots. And she indicated to them that she do a course at Save Happy Computer School and she do have a certificate. And as soon as she produced the certificate, she was hired on the spot.